We are back with more just market watch, keeping an eye on the market, getting a feel where everything is. That is going to be the go today. Just analysing the market, breaking it down, getting a really good. Is my internet struggling? I hope not, for you guys' sake. Let's relist these Bernadeschi's. Looking for lazy buyers. Bernadeschi currently, I think, going for around 51k, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him jump up there. What is up with my internet right now, guys? Okay, we seem good now. Alright, so welcome back to more Market Watch here. So, Market Watch, just basically daily series where I look at the market, break it down, do a bit of analysis, getting a feel for where the market is going. So obviously there's a lot of players that, you know, are key to, I think, look at and dictate where the market's going. And obviously, just keeping an eye, seeing if there are any investments. So, I think investing time is up, honestly, where you will likely see marquee matchups drop tonight. It's a very good chance marquee matchups drop tonight. In fact, it's a very, very good chance. And the market is continuing to go down, and go down very quickly as well. So like some cards, it isn't as obvious as others. So this De Bruyne, it isn't as obvious. He's going down actually a bit slower. 437k there. Like you look at the De Bruyne yesterday. Let me get this up. Kevin De Bruyne. Hourly graph. Yesterday he was hovering at around 146, and he's just been going down, really, and down quickly, and back down once again. So that seems to be the trend, actually, of when your buy time is. It seems to be prime buy time is very early in the morning in the UK, so around 4 AM UK time. That's buy time usually. But yeah, Kevin De Bruyne is a card that I'm going to look to pick up. Jeez, that is crazy. It's a card I'm going to look to pick up when the market crashes more. I think we could see him get down to around... I reckon we'll see him get down to around 500k, or maybe, you know, maybe even lower than that, which is going to be absolutely insane. Another card that I want to look at is Ronaldo, Cristiano, of course. I think this lad has a lot of room to move. Cristiano Ronaldo. So obviously one of the best cards in the game. There's no doubt about that. It's currently probably going for around 1.8. No, it's up a bit. Let's see. He's actually up a lot. And this is one I expected to go up drastically. And he is, as you can... I'm an idiot. I'm expecting Ronaldo to go up there. I am expecting him to go up. Okay, there you go. He's hovering at around 1.8 mil. And you look at just earlier today, $1.8 mil. Yesterday he was up around 1.75. He peaks in weekend leagues, and now he's slowly dipping down post weekend league. But I'll expect this card to continue to go up. with Team of the Year hype, and maybe even actually drop down once Team of the Year hype is finished. Because obviously some people are like, oh, let's invest in him. He may go up significantly during the hype. It's the one where I can watch on bid. There's literally 4 on the market. That's mad. So yeah, another one right there, Cristiano Ronaldo. Another one that I really would be interested in looking at is Thierry Henry. Probably the 87, because that's most of my price range. Probably get this card, this Thierry Henry. He goes for around 1.1 million, I believe. Actually, a bit over that, I think. There we go. Yeah, 1.15 million. There, that's his cheapest bin. And he is another card that has almost hasn't really seen a huge drop, but has gradually dropped. So he was 1.2 million on Friday. Now he's actually down to 1.16. So you're seeing these cards slowly drop. So one that I can watch on bid. What's the cheapest? That was a bidding. You. So let's keep an eye on this Thierry Henry. So yeah, player prices will continue to drop, guys. There is no doubt about it. Player prices will continue to drop. Other icons that I potentially want to look at, that I'm possibly interested in, is the lower end icon cards. So I'm thinking not so much your Schmeichels, but maybe your main position cards. So let's just have a look how cheap Schmeichel is right now. I'm gonna guess he's under, I guess, 2.8k, well 280k I dare say, which for me is pretty cheap. I mean, like, obviously everything's relative. I think that he is going to continue dropping, Schmeichel. 2.8 still seems a bit high. Last Thursday he rose to 317 though. Seems to be holding his value. Interesting. So I think a card that will continue to drop, Schmeichel. Oh, that looks like a lazy buy actually. So don't want to get in on that. But I do want to get a gauge of how much. Are there any this cheap? No. There's a Rui Costa. My gosh. I'll add him to the transfer targets. Okay. Now let's look for more, you know, as cheap as we can get icons that play in key positions. And I'm going to have to redo that, aren't I? Yep. Rip. So yeah, guys. Price is still dropping. And dropping not as quickly as I expected. But nonetheless, dropping. 326k. Like, imagine if they release a fullback card. Petite was 330. 335. No, that ain't cheap. I thought I could have possibly done a quick flip, but not quite cheap enough. 323, 25. So yeah, potentially I think fullbacks could be good investments. Because if they release an SBC for, say, a prime fullback, you may need a fullback. So, could be something to look at, because obviously the Del Piero was a prime player that you needed in the prime centre forward position. You need an icon player in the centre forward position. So, is that an indication of things to come? I don't know. Let me know. But I will definitely be looking to pick up a couple of these cards in the crash. Just probably one Pure, one Petite. Just one of each. And if I can snag one cheap on bid, I will do that. Now midfielders, Oh my gosh, Nkocha just popped up in bid. I'll definitely keep an eye on that Nkocha. But now let's look at midfielders in general. 300k, no. 350, no. So these guys are still very expensive, and their price is being kept up by, wow, by the Del Piero card that's out. Which means we're actually going to see a lot more centre forward cards out in the market. Interestingly enough, 470. So we've got a few there. I mean, there was one for 420, so let's go this way. 410. No, 420, we should grab them. Okay. So we've actually got just a bunch of Prez here. Hovering at 413k. So Perez, how much has Perez dropped? Has he dropped at all? Was that 85 Perez? Yeah, 85 Perez. Obviously an Arsenal legend. When the SBC dropped. And he's actually slowly been dropping, but he's still required, so he's actually almost holding his value. So that's an interesting one because he's still required for an SBC, so his price has actually pretty much stayed solid. But it's still dropping by the looks of it at 419. And he's dropping pretty darn quickly. 460. I mean, what am I doing? I should be looking at 400 flat. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm sorry. So Rui Costa, and there's this press. So let's watch these two. My internet is struggling again. I don't know why. I think we're good now. I don't know. I'm keeping an eye on these players, and there's someone just... Piole's just straight being snatched for 323. Wow, okay. Okay, Piole. So that's interesting. That means there are buyers out there for these cards. Check this guy up. He's got, I mean, 300 isn't great, but he's a card that I want to keep an eye on, Piole. Left, mid. Interesting to see how much these guys go for. Very interesting, actually. How much room they have to move. What else do we want to look at? Forwards, I think, offer an interesting argument. Because there are some very cheap forwards and there's some very expensive forwards. Let's keep an eye on this Larson. 560. Nope, not a good buy. So yeah, in terms of forwards, I'm not sure yet, really. They aren't really for stupidly cheap. And they're mostly over Mars because he has had a prime icon drop, which has driven down the price of his regular card. What do we have here other than over Mars? We have a Shearer, interestingly enough, an Alan Shearer, Inzaghi, Shearer. Okay, so we have a few cards. Laudrup. Okay. There are a few cards which could be decent investments. I think the biggest one for me that I've seen so far is an Owen. Could be very decent, that Owen card. That Laudrup card isn't great because of his pace. Yeah, so that Owen is the big one right now for me. Gee whiz. I can't believe the 85 Laudrup played centre forward has more pace. And 89 Laudrup who played on the left wing who has less pace. It's just crazy. craziness. It hurts the card as well. So yeah, 86 Owen I think is the best investment I've seen so far from this crop. 87 Inzaghi isn't bad at all either. So yeah, guys, that's a card you really want to look at. Potentially that Michael Owen card, because if he drops enough, could be very, very good. And I mean, very, very good. Other cards that I think could be interesting to keep an eye on is particular one to watch cards. So Morata has seen a 100k increase since he came back from injury, which is huge, absolutely huge for investors. I just decided not to jump on that train, even though I knew he was going to go up, because I mean, for all I knew, you know, Nepenthes, Matt HD, and Bateson could have all dropped a Team of the Year video on the same day. Only Bateson dropped one so far, and actually Boy dropped one. But I mean, once Nepenthes and Man HD Gamer drop one, the market's going to go into AWOL and drop so hard. Now, interestingly enough, one to watches haven't been affected. So Lacazette's gone up 20k in the last couple of days. Morata's gone up 40k. Sigurdsson's actually slowly gone down. Suller's gone up by a bit. Edison's gone up by a bit. Walker's gone up. Aurier has dropped. Sanchez has dropped. Traore has gone up. Balda Diaw's gone up. Mbappe's gone up. Neymar's dropped. So, I mean, the big Premier League names that seem to have gone up in the hype. And I'm not surprised by that. And everyone else has either gone up by a tiny bit or have actually dropped or stayed the same. So it's an interesting one to look at. Obviously, I own a few Bernadeschi's. He went up a K last night to tonight. His game's in another 2 days though, so I'm confident in him to continue to rise. And also, I hold a Giese, who's gone up also a K, games in 2 days. Confident that he'll continue to rise as well. I don't think I'm going to lose my coins on those guys. I reckon I will make them back. And I think I'll make them back comfortably as well. In fact, I'm expecting profit. So that's something that I think you guys should take confidently, that it's not too late to invest in one to watches. So gowns that play on Thursday haven't really started to rise. Players that play tonight have risen, and have risen a lot, and will continue to rise a lot. So I wouldn't touch them now. I think it's too late to touch them. They play in, what, 4 hours time? Yeah, 4 hours time. It's too late. Don't bother. So you know, are in an awful position where you could make a loss. Also on the next one to watches, people are starting to speak about Black Friday a bit more. So obviously nothing to fret about right now, but there will be a huge market crash before Black Friday, where people are panic selling, you know, although the market's going to go down. I'm actually going to see the market rise after Black Friday, and rise heavily. So keep that in mind, that you guys want to be able to sell maybe 2-3 weeks before Black Friday. Just play with a cheap OP team, and then look to buy, you know, a week before Black Friday, where we see the rise. So just keeping that in mind. Not sure how one to watches will be affected by that. One to watches gradually also go down in price, and seem to get affected by Black Friday, just not by as much. And that's the same with Team of the Year. They will be affected, just not as much. Other cards that I think need to be paid attention to. Let me just look at all the FIFA 18 players. One I'm interested in, and that I'll continue to survey, is this Inform Aguero. Because I heard that he started dropping, and he's actually stayed about solid on 1.1. So if you bought him, GG. Valencia, I thought he wasn't going to get a price range increase because he wasn't extinct in Xbox. But he got one and has gone up by about 100k. So I lost out on 100k, but I still made 200% profit. So I'm not fussed about that. But honestly, that's a card you want to look at investing in. Who may drop. Has also, of note, has Foothead dropped a Team of the Week prediction. They have. When did they drop it? Almost 12 hours ago. Over 12 hours ago. Who did they predict? Jesus got it up. Guess. Mobley, of course. So we're starting to see guards rise, guys. Because they got one. No, didn't get yet. And he's gone right back up. Since he was, announced as not getting in the Team of the Week. He has shot back up, man. Like, what handler did Meunier get? That's what I'm interested in. Meunier. Let me get this card up on Footbin. So it's up at around 53k right now. What was he earlier in the day? Earlier today, he dipped to around 47k. Team of the Week predictions were dropped by Foothead, where it's up to 53, and has actually been slowly going back down again. Because I think people still aren't convinced, because obviously they're only predictions. So, your time to buy was yesterday, right before the predictions, because people started panic sell there even more, or picking up on bid after he had the amazing game. How low did he go on Sunday after the game? He dropped to 45, after the PSG game. So, he dropped hard, man. He dropped very hard. So, if you picked him up then, GG, you've made 10k. Potentially more, because he may continue to go up. Jeez, who was bought? Okay, so De Bruyne went through for 535. Interesting, okay. Very interesting. Actually, that's surprisingly cheap in my opinion. Would have thought of him going for quite a bit more. But hey, whatever. Our Team of the Weeks I'm excited for though. That Guedes looks very decent. As does that Elizondo. Gabbiadini maybe. Obviously I'd love to get Sterling and Jesus, but I doubt it. They're going to be super expensive. Especially if we don't see a Team of the Week come out. Two MLS predictions in Nikolic and Alessandrini. You can see their normal gold cards rise. Especially as some more hype starts to come up about potential League SBCs. So that's something to also keep an eye on. Only one silver prediction, and that's Malic, who doesn't look great in a prediction. I wouldn't be surprised to see Barry actually end up getting a silver to continue a just good English silver team, but they seem to be doing. Min Bin informs that I think will be great. Alessandrini, Belushi, Nikolic, Through could be decent. Piero looks alright. Lecomte, depending on how much he goes for. Boretsky, it's a decent prediction. All the other guys I think are going to be off of Min Bin, or other than the 76ers, which will all be Min Bin basically. So yeah, that's what I'm predicting out of this market. In Team of the Week. Other players that I think could potentially get into this Team of the Week. There's a few shouts here and there. I think Koeman could get one. He had a goal and 2 assists in Bayern's 5-0 win. I I don't know though. It seems a pretty solid team. I think we could see Munier get one, which would be insane. Anders Christensen, a goal and 2 assists to secure Malmö title in the Swiss League. So I think he'll get one. Who else? Insigne, I think will definitely get one. I think it's crazy if he doesn't get one. Insigne. And even Koulibaly as well is definitely in for a very, very good shout of getting a Team of the Week card. And there is money to be made off of Team of the Week cards, guys. There is money to be made next week. Because if it is still in the middle of Team of the Year, those cards will be so cheap, which means supply will be high. So if you pick up the right ones, there is huge profit margins. And the right ones are probably Gabriel Jesus, Raheem Sterling, the 2 biggest ones. And if an Insigne drops, probably an Insigne 2 would be a very good investment. A very, very good investment, guys. Other than that, what else is there to talk about regarding the market? What else will happen in this market? I'm not going to touch this Harry Kane, guys. I mean, this is 160k minimum to do. No way. Like, that's easy. That's like 10k. This is like 30k, 40k. This is just stupid, guys. Keep an eye on this hybrid master. You need 2 cards to complete this. Trigore. It's 1. He's expensive though. He'll drop in the screen period and Team of the Year hype, so I'll pick him up then. Lamar will heavily drop. Heavily drop if there is a Team of the Year hype that comes out. I mean, if Team of the Year actually comes out itself, he will just plummet in price. No, I mean, like, ooh, down, down, down. All these low tiers cards that are expensive right now will just go down by so much, guys. Like, so much. I'm always tempted just to get it anyway, though. Which of these will I complete? I'll probably complete maybe the promised one later in the year. I don't know. It still seems a tad overpriced to me. But I'll definitely be keeping an eye on it. I've got all the MLS cards that I need basically right now. So I could look to just quickly do the MLS one if I like the card. If I don't like the card, I won't touch it. I'll accept whatever. It sucks. Now back to this Team of the Week a bit here. How are investments looking right now in this Team of the Week? We're starting to see them rise. Whiteman has risen above 10k now. So I was disappointed I didn't pick him up when I did. Throw a bid down there actually. Bang, Whiteman bid. Don't see myself getting this Nageo. Someone's transferring coins there. I mean, unless I get him for actual min bin, I'm not getting that. Same with Lunacy. Don't see him rising unless he's on min bin right now. Which, yeah, he isn't. So there's no point in that. Arnautovic is an interesting one. I think you've missed his buy window. He was down at 30k when Squad Battle Rewards came out. He's still hovering just above 30k, but I'm going to be honest, not really interested. Not really interested at all. What else? Goretzka, Matuidi, Eriksson, Lewandowski. I'm not interested in the top end investments. I think it is too risky. Players that I am invested in is these kind of players though. Sanabria, I think could be a decent long-term investment if you get him for around 12k or less. That's what I think his deserved price is... Oh, sorry guys. And what represents value for this card, this Sanabria card. So yeah, I don't know why. I think someone's trying to literally price fix him. There we go. Yeah, 12k. That's where he should be. Wagner, I'm not going to touch unless I can pick one up for discard somehow. Because I don't see him going up at all. Like, the most I can see him going to is about 15k. And, like, still, he's at around the 15k mark. So, I'm not touching him. Who sold? So, Thierry Henry just sold. For a huge amount of cash. I'm still winning this Whiteman for 740 coins. I mean, if I can get a Whiteman for under 8k, I am living. Like, absolutely living, guys. That is a very good deal. What else? What else do you want me to look at, guys? Marquee matchups, definitely too late. Probably dropping tonight. So if you have the cards, I'd be selling tonight. Like, in fact, I'd be pretty much selling in 5 minutes. That's when I'd be selling my marquee matchups investment, because this is just after school, maybe at about 4 o'clock, so maybe an hour and a bit. That's when I'll be selling my investment, because kids in the UK, they're getting back from school, they are, you know, hopping on FIFA. They realize, oh my gosh, marquee matchups, it is out today. I need to sell, guys. I mean, I need to buy these cards ready, you know, before they go up. And that's actually when we see that and it's the safest to sell, because they're at their cheapest right there and then. So an hour, that's when I'm flipping. If you want to be risky, you can hold on, and if they are, you know, honestly really required for team of the for marquee matchups, they will go up. And you know, we can see some go to 10k, but for me, what I'll do is I'd take the guaranteed profit, flip them on, and just take that profit, man. Just take it. So yeah, that's just me. So you guys can do what you want, honestly. Yeah, I'll take that profit. We just got outbid in this Whiteman. How much? 7.7. I want to pick him up. Under 8k, I think represents a good deal for him. I could see him going up to 12. If I don't get him, though, it's not the end of the world, because obviously it's not a huge investment piece. I mean, he plays in League One, so yeah, I'm not too fussed. This is going to be my last bid on him, 8k. This is as high as I'll go on this card. I'll probably look again at him to run. Yeah, no way. Not going over 8k. You can have him for 8.1. Sure, dude. Have that card. Go for it. So yeah, guys. What else to look at in the market? Want to watch cards? What I do is I've just got a alert on my phone for every single one of these teams. So I've got PSG, Man United, Arsenal, Chelsea, etc. I've got alerts for every single one of them. So when kickoffs happen, when a goal happens, I know. Like, I know it happens. So which ones have games? Once again, best time to sell is, you know, an hour before kickoff. It's when they're at their highest. You can play the risk and hold them through the game to see if they, you know, if they score, if they get an assist, they will go up. I think, you know, that's probably the riskiest thing. The second most risky thing is to sell them after the first teams are announced. If they're announced in the starting 11, they will continue to go up right up until kickoff. If they are not announced, though, you actually see them drop right back down to where they were at the start. Like, not quite where they were at the start of the week, but just over that. So that's one to keep an eye on as well. So what I generally do is for players that I think is going to start for sure, I will hold. If I don't think they're starting, I will sell them an hour and a half before kickoff, so half an hour before the lineups are announced. And players that these just really the games that are happening this week. Liverpool are playing Maribor, so a poor team. So you could hold on to Salah and hope he scores and sell him in the hype. City are playing Napoli, so I'd be selling during the hype, but pre-game in the lead up to that game. That's when I'd be selling. Monaco are playing Besiktas, so I'd be selling Diao. Did he play on the weekend? I can't remember if he played. I wouldn't be risking it with this card. He hasn't started much. He hasn't played much, so I'd actually be selling an hour and a half before the game. Leipzig play Porto. Bruma, same thing. I'd either sell him an hour and a half before the game, or I'll hold him right up until Team of the Week, because he got an assist, so he could be in a Team of the Week, so selling him an hour before Team of the Week's announced could be a decent shout. Dortmund play APL, so Dortmund obviously have Yarmolenko, who's a very decent shout. Interesting thing about Yarmolenko though is his price yesterday was 183. He's risen by about 7k. Not as much as many people were expecting. I was expecting him to go up to around 200k because of one of the opposition and all that. So I'm slightly surprised. There could be a bit of room to move for him still. Real Madrid playing Tottenham, selling before kickoff. Definitely before kickoff. I'm not holding on to players from either side. No way. Benfica United before kickoff for Lukaku. Bayern Celtic. Bayern, I'd be flipping them both before the lineups are announced. They're too risky right now. Paris Saint-Germain and Anderlecht. This is the interesting one, because it's a good chance that either of them could get goals, and they could get multiple goals. So guys, this is a very risky one because they could skyrocket in price if they score one, if they score two, and that is very possible. The big one being Mbappe. Yesterday Mbappe was, what was it yesterday Mbappe? 840k. The day before that he was down at like 760k. And now I think he's up to like almost 850, So he is going up. Sorry guys about that. And if he scores a goal, could see him go up to 900k to a mil. Very, very fast. Chelsea are playing Roma. Sell, maybe just after the lineups are announced for Morata, because he could rise dramatically if he's announced as a starting 11. Or sell him free lineup if you think he'll be on the bench. So that's your choice. Barcelona and Olympiacos. I'd sell Semedo, the defender, just before the game. Juventus Sporting. Another one that's your choice. Me personally, just how Juventus have been performing, I'll be selling my Bernardeschi's after the starting lineup. I'll sell two of them and I'll hold on to one. Don't touch Costa. There's a good chance he gets the Team of the Week, so he's already inflated enough. If you have a Costa, sell him either just before Team of the Week announcement on Wednesday, or you can hold on to him. And if he's announced, that's when you actually should sell him. Not when he gets the upgrade, but when he's announced, because he will skyrocket right there and then. Alright guys, so I'm pretty much sure that just pretty much covers everything. Let me just update my title so you can all see what we have done. And guys, I am thinking to wrap up the stream right there. There's not much more to cover really. Honestly, unless you guys have some questions or inquiries, I have pretty much covered everything. So I am going to wrap up the stream there. Only 41 minutes, guys. I know it's a shorter one. Sorry about that. Last one they're selling for 560. But yeah, I do need to wrap it up at some point, and right now seems like pretty good time to wrap it up. So if you guys have enjoyed the stream, make sure you smash the like button down below. Of course, subscribe if you did enjoy it, so you don't miss out on the next one. I am going to try my best to do these daily, guys. Just market update, looking at the market. I'm considering uploading some gameplay of other random games, maybe streams, maybe gameplay. I don't know yet, we will see. But until next time, guys, have a great day. See ya.